Hey everybody, I'm Cameron Free, joined here with our senior pastor, Matthew McDaniel. Matthew, we're gonna eat some spicy wings today.
Oh, yum.
And I'll ask you some questions along the way, hopefully get to know you just a little bit better. Quick question before we get started. How do you handle your spice?
I am fairly handleable. No, we haven't even started
If you
yet.
can't talk now, just wait until we get to the really hot ones. So I'll ask you a question, we'll take a bite from the wing, we'll go from least hot to most hot, and we'll see what happens as we go along.
Can't we just ask all the questions and then not eat any of the wings?
Nope,
Okay.
we gotta eat it while we
Talk. Okay,
Let's go to the first wing.
I'm ready.
Starting easy. That was a bigger bite than I wanted. The first one's hotter than I wanted it to be. It's just gonna go up from here. I know you like to do somewhat adventurous things. As somebody who has bungee jumped before, what was the thought process leading up to it? And what went through your mind right before you took the jump?
Well, long before the decision made, it was full out peer pressure. And there was a company in town, this was in Tucson, and they would take people up in hot air balloons, and then you would exit.
You jumped out of a hot air balloon?
I jumped out of a hot air balloon. So a bunch of us went down that day, and basically they weigh you on the ground so that they can get the right elasticity so that you don't hit the ground.
Wait. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something.
That was wing number one. We're gonna go up a little bit.
Do it.
Grab number two. So you and Jana have 4 kids. Mm-hmm. Could you rank order them from most favorite to least favorite?
No.
But like if you could only save one of them, who would it be?
I would figure out a way to grab all of them in some way, shape, or form.
So, serious question. You guys have just a great family. Your kids are so kind. Was there a particular practice that you had as you were bringing them up, and even still bringing them up? Was there a particular practice that helped you in your parenting?
Try to be as consistent as we can. It's hard when you get more kids because you kind of forget how you parented one as you're parenting the other. And then also, Jan and I changed. So as we grew older or grew more experienced, we would parent differently.
Let's go to the next.
Notice how I let you eat first, just so I can kind of see what the reaction is.
Not bad.
Tasty.
Not bad.
I don't know why I'm going in for the second nibble.
I don't know.
I'm telling myself not to.
So as you've been getting to know the staff, you're getting to see kind of the way that the culture is and who does what. I know that you're a big Star Wars fan. Mm-hmm. So if you had to bring those two things together, if you had to hire one character from Star Wars
On staff?
to work on our staff, who would it be and what would they do?
The best character of all time from all of the movies was Qui-Gon Jinn.
This is not a good idea.
Going deep?
He was like the perfect balance of age, wisdom, having been mentored by Yoda, but passing on the torch. He was kind of that perfect middleman that wasn't in the series long enough. I think I'd pull him in. Now, what would he do? We need an executive pastor. Oh, no.
Hopefully I make it through
Yeah,
this.
no, you'll make it through. I would bring him into kind of a pastoral care area, kind of helping people through life transitions, helping them through difficulties. The reason why that last one was so good is because real fruit. Did you notice that?
It was sweet.
It was so
It
sweet.
didn't. I'm not bothered by the wings yet.
So sweet. I'll go with that second nibble. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Don't do that. So as a fellow tech nerd, I know you like to keep up with things on your phone and try to be as productive as possible. Is there a favorite app that you have on your phone right now?
We just got a robot vacuum. And being able to open up that Shark app, press it, and get it working. I mean, I could do it right now if I had my phone. I could actually start my vacuum right now.
Wow.
That's kind of a fun app.
So you don't have to vacuum anymore.
Well, that part of the house that that robot can actually access.
How do the dogs do with
The dogs despise it. I can't believe, I'm going to say it out loud because I'm thinking it, so I'm going to say it. I can't believe I chose a vacuum app. That's one of my favorite apps.
You could have said the Bible app. You could have said commentary.
Yeah, we're getting like midway. That one's got a little bit more of a piece of happiness in the backside.
Yep. That's what I would call it.
Yeah.
If you could choose one superhero power to help you as a pastor, what would it be and how would you use it?
The best superhero, straight up, is Doctor Strange.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names.
He can control time. He can
Okay.
manage time. He can move time backwards and forwards as he wishes.
Yeah, I'd probably want to fly. I think I would fly. Get to where I'm going faster.
Do you ever wonder if birds are afraid of heights? You think there's a species of bird? I think about this.
Have you thought of this before?
Oh yeah, you look up in the sky and you see those vultures. You know how they go around the there's like a whole pack of them. I'm like, the guys down on the bottom are not afraid of the heights. Those guys up there were forced up there, and they're like, I gotta get down. Unfortunately, I think about that frequently.
That would be a terrible life.
I would hate to fly. That would be like my least favorite. Is this the yellow one?
This is the yellow one.
If it tastes like mustard, I'm going to be very upset.
Yep, the taste, I can't taste anything. I feel it in my throat a little bit.
Oh, again, it's the tropic. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the fruit. Yeah.
If you could change one thing about Christian music, what would it be?
I would have told the original Christian rap artists to stop. They should have let it develop. They should have waited for some of the real rap stars to become converted and then come in and bring some actual skill. Because there were some early Christian rap songs that were
Painful.
excruciating. I mean, more even painful than that, what we're eating right now. That was bad.
Let's go to number 8.
You sure?
I think so.
Okay.
I cannot feel my mouth or lips or anything.
Huh.
Wow.
I'm regretting their choice.
Yep, it's right in the throat. I feel very,
Notice I'm not taking a second nibble.
just
Any
everything. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down. That just keeps going. So if you had to create your own escape room and base the escape room on a story from the Bible, what story would you use and what would the challenges be? I cannot feel my mouth.
I was just gonna make a comment because that is so hot.
It's just,
And
it
we have
keeps
two-
going.
And we have 2 more. Yeah, there's not a way to escape that. If we could do an escape room that allowed us to escape that flavor.
I feel like my lips are like melting off of my face.
I'm thinking Noah's Ark.
Okay.
Only because I think the theming would be really cool, because you could do a lot of animal stuff, you could do stalls, you could do floods, you
Yeah.
could do a whole lot of cool things. So I think there's some kind of creative storytelling that could be involved in that.
And then an hour in, the room just fills with
Water, and if you don't get out, you,
Right.
yeah. Or maybe you escape in. Maybe the escape is actually getting in the ark.
Right.
And Noah's up there going,
the people on the outside are like, let me in.
let me in, no, you have to escape in. Get the glue.
For the 9th question, I actually need to show you a picture.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes. When you think about yourself in ministry, way back then when you wore a tie,
Look at that.
all the way to now, what has changed the most in your life, in your ministry in general? And don't forget to take that bite. That was bigger than I wanted it to be.
I remember when I first started trying to preach without a tie on, there was actually turmoil. So
And look at you now.
look at how cool and hip I am.
Shirt untucked.
You know, the thing I learned as I get older and older is that I don't have to know everything. I don't have to have all the answers. And even if I think I do have the answers, the real answer and application may change by the time I get to the solution. I remember when I was coming up, even the church I was at before this church, coming up, I thought for sure I wanted to be a senior pastor. That was it. And when I got there, I realized there was a whole lot of things in ministry that I liked a lot as well. And it was a growing stage for me to kind of be challenged. Kind of gave me a different set of skills that I think makes me more ready in a different way to be senior pastor now. So hopefully I've gotten more mature. Hopefully I've become less narrow-minded in the way I see things and more able to adjust to people and situations as they come, because you never know what God's doing. but you always want to be ready for what he's doing.
Yeah, it's good. Well, I'm glad we have the Matthew on the right and not the Matthew on the left.
I am so glad for that.
Matthew, we have made it through number 9. We are on to number 10. Apparently, in some shows, it would be a tradition to take a little bit of extra sauce and just dab it on top of the 10th wing.
Is that really what we want to do?
That's really what we're going to do. I'll do it if you do it.
Following you, my liege.
Let's do it. All right, I want a respectable amount. That's not respectable.
Now, are you actually going to bite that part of it, or are you going to
That,
chew on the
well,
other side? That's a respectable amount.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh boy, I cannot believe this is actually happening. Now, what I'm wondering at this moment is the jump in spice from here to there. Is it as significant as the jump from here to there? Or is it just a little nudge up? Or really, based on the fact that I can't feel my tongue, does it really even matter?
Or are you just killing time?
I could be doing that too. Cheers. Oh man. Oh, that bite was so good.
That was a terrible idea. Matthew, we've made it all the way through. We've talked about family and Star Wars and culture and music. In this 10th wing, I have one more question for you. If you could actually travel time, go back to 20-year-old Matthew and preach and tell him some good wisdom, what would you say to Matthew at 20?
I would say relax, slow down. Don't think that you can change everything in every sermon. There was a time where I realized that so much of my history was ahead of me, and I was young in comparison. I wish I would have just nudged a little faster on some things and pulled back on others. I think maybe I would have been maybe where I am now, but with different perspectives, and not waiting for my mouth to fall off my face.
And in 30 years, you're going to be offered to do this. Just say no.
That is so
That's terrible. That is so much worse. I don't know if it's a collective, just the cumulative of everything.
No, that was such a jump from here to there. I mean, my skin, actually, it's dripping. I feel it. It's dripping down my hairline.
This is devolving quickly.
Oh, if I had Doctor Strange power,
Yep.
I could go back and make a different decision about this.
Well, I'm glad we did this. Matthew, it's been a pleasure.
For sure.
Glad we did this.
Yes, until next time.
Till next time. It's just still there. Could we get that ice cream?
The milk covers
On
it slightly for a moment.
For a moment.
And then it goes right back. How did the Lord create something like this?